He too listed as a full participant in practice, a good sign that Najee Harris could be making his Chargers debut. Stephon Diggs also set to make his Patriots debut in Week 1. That is a Sunday game. Raiders Patriots coach Mike Vrabel on local radio said earlier today when asked if Diggs is going to play, as only Vrabel can, yep, as of today, he'll be out there. That's only slightly cryptic, even by Vrabel standards. Various rumors and things said in the offseason, all signs point toward the Patriots cutting loose one of the most dominant receivers over the past decade against the Raiders.
The good news, Tom, is that Stephon Diggs ramping up, preparing, planning, as of right now, whatever Mike Vrabel said, it's all good for the fact that they do expect him to be out there for Week 1, but it was more than weird. It's actually in the contract that Stephon Diggs signed. Him passing his physical, getting fully cleared, was how he ended up unlocking his signing bonus. That's how unsure everyone was about his knee. Remember, he tore his ACL in October last year, about 10 and a half months since then. Should be almost 100% by now, but everybody is different. Every player is different. You never really know if a player is going to heal as you hope he does. And considering how valuable he is in the receiving corps, this is something that was paramount. Get through training camp, this is what you learn. Stephon Diggs is expected to be good to go. That is excellent. As far as Christian Gonzalez, their star on the other side of the ball, still hasn't practiced with a hamstring injury. Their star corner. That is not a great sign as the Patriots ramp up.
Mike Vrabel making his debut as the Patriots coach on Sunday against a former Patriots coach, Pete Carroll, who's now making his debut as the Las Vegas Raiders head coach. As we're talking about wide receivers here, Judy. You go from one team to the Patriots that at least seems like they have a plan. At this point, we'll see what the Raiders decide to do because there's been a lot of drama at that position.
Yeah, let's be clear. Geno Smith's most important target is the tight end, Brock Bowers. So let's set that aside. But the wide receiver room is a bit of a muddle. Jacoby Myers, they actually just released their first depth chart about an hour ago. Jacoby Myers is their number one receiver. There's no question about it. The problem is, Jacoby Myers wants a new contract, and he has asked for a trade. They haven't indicated any willingness to trade him. Ironically, Jacoby Myers is a former Patriot, and New England has sort of been floated as one of the possible destinations if they were inclined to trade him, although again, they have not given any indication they want to do that. So for now, Jacoby Myers is there as the number one receiver. Trey Tucker is returning. He is on the smaller side, but fast. He maybe is in line for a bigger role. And he is listed as a starter on the most recent depth chart. He showed some explosive ability during the preseason. He's been described as an Al Davis kind of player, which is the highest possible praise for a Raider. Big play, downfield, possible attack. We'll see if he has a significant role. But this all underscores the challenge that Pete Carroll faces, trying to piece together a competitive team, maybe a playoff team, in possibly the most difficult division in the entire NFL.
I will be at that game on Sunday in Foxborough for game day morning. One eye on the field, one ear on Scott Hansen in red zone, because we got a chock-full slate of great matchups in Week 1. We talked about the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Chiefs, and Chargers leading this thing off. How about Steelers, Jets, Justin Fields versus Aaron Rodgers after swapping teams? The Giants and the Commanders there as well. Then two really good ones in prime time. Ravens, Bills, Vikings, Bears. It's all ahead in Week 1. There's a lot more ahead here on this edition of The Insider. Let's dig more into that Steelers-Jets matchup. Judy is going to be at that game. We'll talk about exactly what to look for number 8 right there. And we also will get to the story of the NFL over the past several days. Michael Parsons, who we anticipate being his debut for the Packers against the Lions. Grant Ball will be here to help us break that down right after this.
Insiders is presented by Progressive. Get coverage you can count on with home and auto at progressive.com. With Chase, you can get a debit card for your kids' independent direct notifications, so you can keep an eye on how they're using it. Still on budget. Control for parents, freedom for kids. That's family banking from Chase. It's me. Wednesday Adams. My meal is scorching through Wendy's, and it's pure torture with uniquely excruciating dips and drip. Drip English.
Ultra Beefs. Energy emergency.
NFL Red Zone is where the action is inevitable. Here we go. Because it's every touchdown. From every game. Every Sunday afternoon during the regular season. And with up to 8 games at once, you'll never miss any of the unbelievable plays. Are you kidding me? Or late game mayhaps. Until there's only one of you left. Maintaining the speed of 3 miles per hour. There's one letter and no finish line. Walk radars to 12.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like meeting this trainer or getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that race. That race. No chip.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, I'm Brother Nature. I made organic grains taste delicious.
Nature's path.
After a workout, I don't just want any water, I want crisp and refreshing. Grab a Brita and treat your body right.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Is it your car?
Yeah.
Like you know to check your sunroof is closed first, before going through the car wash. So check Allstate first and save when you click or call.
Bus driving.
God damn it.
Half the league opens up in week 1 with a division battle, and that includes this one right here. It is the Lions and the Packers going at it just days after Green Bay pulled off maybe they traded the entire offseason, acquiring pass rusher Michael Parsons from the Cowboys. Well, the Lions get back their pass rusher, and sure sounds like Aiden Hutchinson coming off of a really grotesque injury. Continues to look good.
I love Lambeau. I mean, it's awesome. You know, it's just that's one of those day the good Lord made Lambeau. You know, and so we could go out there and play in it. You know, the first Super Bowl, Ice Bowl, the history it's got, and it's in the same location. You know, it's been upgraded, all those, but man, it's got that deep history to it. And you know, it's the grass, man, it's the elements, it's just the mystique. It's awesome. And if you love football, you love going to play there. And so our guys look forward to it, man. It's one of the special places to go play.
Welcome back to the Insiders, presented by Progressive Insurance. Tom Pellicero, Ian Rapport, welcoming Brian Baldinger into the conversation. At this point, Baldy, we know we talked a lot about some of the changes in Detroit, a lot of them on the coaching staff. A lot of familiar faces in terms of the skill spots, but those big boys up front on offense are going to look a little different. What do you make of this addition of the Lions?
Well, to begin with, Tom, I concur with Dan about Lambeau. It's a special place. My only catch in the NFL, Lambeau Field. All right, that's out of the way. Look, I mean, when you have Jameson Williams, you have Jameer Gibbs, you can score from anywhere on the field at any time. And then you had all the other pieces. You know, Amon-Ra, this rookie Isaac Tesla, Samuel Ford. They're loaded. But up front, to lose Frank Ragland, who I thought was the best center in football, to lose Kevin Zeitler, I mean, those guys played 97%. He steps in from left guard and he goes in center. They draft the rookie Jake Rutledge. And so, they had capable people up front. But they were so, not just solid, Tom, they were so stable in the middle. Jared Goff last year had his best season ever. And he was only sacked 31 times. And the thing was, in front of him, there was a nice wall. There was and I don't know.
Yeah, I might have went quarterback too early. All good. So far, we got Jared Allen, quarterback, our number one quarterback, top 10 running back, top 5 receiver. DJ Moore, 2 receivers. Sam Porter probably got 2 Lions.
Yeah, sure does. I would expect Micah Parsons to be on the field for the
And we need another running back. Let's go running back next round. Oh, we got David Montgomery still. Oh, we got a lot of good running backs. Well, now once we get right here, we got one. We got one. Yeah, we got about 3 running back left. Really, one. Really, one left, and he just got off the board. Fuck, man, fuck. Them 2 niggas still available. I don't need a running back, man.
His primary focus will be rushing the passer, which, considering he's one of the best in the NFL right now, that probably makes some sense.
Baldy, I did check your statistics, by the way. 1 catch for 37 yards for a touchdown. Isn't that great?
I got a running back.
You got to take a
got no running back.
I led the league in yards per catch. All right, I mean, I was at the top of the leaderboard, 37 yards a catch. And we won the game that day. It wasn't like a catch for nothing. We have to win the football game that day.
Very impressive. Paulie, stick around because after this, I want to hear about Justin Fields versus Aaron Rodgers. How about to hear about Sauce Gardner versus DK Metcalf? Nobody better breaking it down than Paulie. We'll get into that Jet Steelers matchup next on the Inside.
Hey, my treat today. I don't think they'll take that here. Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me. You look right.
Discover is accepted in 99% of places nationwide.
Totally. There's no greater classroom than the great outdoors. That's why Nature Valley and the National Park Foundation are helping kids across America experience the wonder of nature. Life happens out there.
Todd's in the hospital.
From vaping. Promise you won't vape, Emma?
Not cool.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Are you throwing away money on your car insurance?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Car Insurance Fund. We help you compare quotes and save half on your car insurance.
I like it when things are convenient and save me lots of money.
Go to insuredby.com and see what your car insurance.
What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete. But it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Clorox is donating 2 million wipes to classrooms across America. Because at school and at home, clean feels good.
I'm Belinda, and this is Willard, and we were adopted in 2021. When we first met, Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid, the biggest smile, and he has a big heart to match.
The energy you give Todd, you get it back from Todd. Todd's a joy.
Yes,
Todd really is a great joy.
I love them. You and you.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Folks, I've seen a thing or two. But these prescription prices, pricey. Higher than a rooster on stilts. Ain't that right, Mr. B?
Reckon it's time we broke them in.
Good all Rex makes saving time and money easier than splitting a biscuit. People's looking mighty big folks' britches there, partner.
Save time and money on prescriptions. Check GoodRx.
Give me your best team, and I'll take us. I have the on defense. I have the offensive power. It makes sense why we want to win.
Fuck you! I don't. This nigga's killing me, bro. Killing me, bro. Fucking want Jalen Warren so fucking.
Tuesday to the Insiders presented by Progressive Insurance. Jackson Dart listed as QB2 on the Giants depth chart behind Russell Wilson. Had James Wilson talking about this at the start of camp. That could he get up to that number 2 spot? Yeah, if he played well and if he was in command and if he showed that it wasn't too big for him, that's exactly what he did. So Jackson Dart, the number 2 quarterback, unofficially, but you know what? Putting him in such a position that he's got Mr. Wilson is hurt. Big deal here. A 4-year, $90 million extension with $22.5 million per year, $50 million guaranteed for immediate for Luke Gadecki. Luke Gadecki, the offensive tackle for the Buccaneers, in a deal done by Chase Callahan of Excel Football, who also did one for Bernard Ryan with the Colts. So a couple of big deals for Callahan and Bird. Good job by Gadecki getting that deal. This game on Sunday, those guys were wearing the other team's uniforms last year. Now they're facing one another at MetLife Stadium. I will be there on Sunday. An intriguing matchup between a new coach in Aaron Glenn and a coach who's been around for quite some time, Mike Tomlin. Here goes guys.
Man, that's really nothing to talk about because of who he is. So he challenges in our way as far as him as a thrower. Getting guys in and out the huddle, being able to see the defense, and being able to put the guys in the right position. So, listen, he's a future Hall of Famer. We all know that. So he's going to cause problems no matter what.
He's unique because he is who he is. He's stronger than most mobile quarterbacks. That's a component of his game that I think is unique. He's a really talented guy physically. He's not easy to bring down. He's got a real solid base about him. He's big. And so, when I think about what might be different, I think about his unique physical skill set. But in terms of schematics, I don't know that, the things that they do are going to be uniquely different from others. I think there's some global things that people do in that area.
Any difference between a game plan for a guy that started getting 3 classes?
Not really. To be competitive, it's a lot. People move around. I imagine, they're pondering some of the things on the other side, and so from that perspective, it'll be fair.
A revenge game in so many ways. Justin Fields is looking to get back, and Mike Covington already went to Russell Wilson. Fields started to start the season last year. Judy Batista, Steve Weiss with us. Judy, the Steelers defense coming into the season still got TJ Watt, still got plenty of talented players on that side of the ball. Cam Hayward, a captain for the Steelers. What do we expect from them in this game and throughout this upcoming?
Well, we expect them to be mostly intact for this game. Mike Tomlin, in that press conference, was asked about Cam Hayward, who is the All-Pro and the captain of the team, and he said I want to quote him, certainly is expecting him to be on the field. Cam Hayward has sort of had this under-the-radar, hold-in contract situation. He wants a raise from the Steelers. He hasn't gotten the raise yet from the Steelers, but he has returned to practice. He didn't really do much during training camp, but then again, he's a veteran. They often don't have Cam Hayward doing a whole lot during training camp and the preseason. But Tomlin certainly expects him to be on the field, even though Cam Hayward on his own podcast left the door open. He was asked if he's going to be on the field, and he said, we'll see. But otherwise, the defense is expected to be mostly intact. They're pretty healthy. Alex Highsmith will be on the field. All of that is important because you heard Mike Tomlin talk about how mobile Justin Fields is and how hard he is to bring down. And we know Aaron Glenn wants Justin Fields to use his legs.
Well, absolutely, Judy, and that's part of it. You heard Mike Tomlin how detailed he was talking about the strength of Justin Fields. You don't hear people who don't know their business say things like that about Justin Fields, and that's why Aaron Glenn, this offense run by Tanner Engstrand, they're going to run the ball. This is going to be strength against strength. This is why the Jets went out and got right tackle Armand Lembu with the first pick, so they can run the football. They've got Breece Hall. They've got Braylon Allen. That's going to be their identity. And the fact now that they've got Fields, a mobile quarterback who can bootleg, who can do some things in the RPO game to try to trick the Steelers front with some sleight of hand is what they're going to try to do. That said, Judy, you and I both know they're going to have to take some shots early to get that Steelers defense off the line of scrimmage to give him and all those guys they want to run the ball some room to operate.
Aaron Glenn said his veteran defenders have a little bit of an advantage, having seen Aaron Rodgers in practice. I mean, gone up against him the last couple of years, but I suppose that goes both ways on this one. Both guys with the Steelers. So Justin Fields. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Steve. Ian.
I'm for good coverage presented by Progressive Insurance. Welcome back in, my good friend Brian Walden. We talk about good coverage like the kind that Progressive Insurance has. Does it get any better than Sauce Gardner? Obviously, we could talk about the Steelers-Jets game all sorts of ways. I want to talk specifically about this. What teams the Sauce Gardner v. DK Metcalf showdown for Sunday?
This is the proverbial game within the game, to be honest with you. I mean, this is the clear-cut number one receiver for Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Sauce Gardner coming off a down year with his first 2 years. He's first team All-Pro out there corner. Didn't really do much last year. He's being energized right now and challenged by Aaron Glenn, his new head coach. Also, former cornerback and a Jet cornerback. Wants to see him regain that confidence in stature. Nothing could get Sauce Gardner off to a better start. They could throw a blanket over DK Metcalf. Like, this is, I don't know how much he's going to travel with him. Sauce has done that at times in his career, but not really with any regularity. But I expect this because Pittsburgh is going to move DK in different spots. Aaron has been working with DK since throwing with him out there in those fields in California way before training camp. And so I feel like we're going to see that matchup quite a bit. And maybe who wins that matchup wins this contest on Sunday.
I always felt like Sauce wanted to travel, but those San Francisco guys in that defense never really do it. So maybe now, maybe on Sunday, we will see it. Baldy, great stuff. That was good coverage presented by Progressive Insurance. As far as good fantasy players, well, we'll see about that. I have my drafts over the weekend, but a lot of time and effort to it. Next year, our good friend Michael Memorial will give me some advice. Is it going to pan out? I don't know, but he's going to give you some advice coming up next.
On Sundays, it's all about game day. The best in the business game kickoff. Coast to coast live fitness and in-depth analysis.
On that run game. This is just powerful.
Killing me, bro.
So I was at the Chase Sapphire Lounge and I saw a burger on the I took a bite and I was so blown away. I took another bite and I was like, oh, this is really special. I couldn't figure out why, right? It was the bun, it was the sauce, the blend of meat. You actually have to be intentional to get that burger. This is the thing that I'm after. I want to find delicious things in places where you would never think it was going to be. I'm going to do a layover for that burger.
Calling all fall fanatics. The new DQ Fall Treat Menu has arrived for just a limited time. Enjoy the pumpkin pie blizzard treat, or try our new caramel chocolate cookie blizzard treat. Taste them before they're gone. The app.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you have the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seats for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
In this game, making the right move is hard, unless you use open door to sell your home, and it's pretty easy.
Ashton, I need the bathroom.
Almost there, Mom. Open door, here for life's big moves.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to watching the Warriors, they get beat 11-0 right? The truth, then check NHTSA. Backseat.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Ladies and gentlemen, our departure has been delayed.
Yes.
Why are you so happy?
Watching the game. Seriously? Yeah, with NFL Plus.
Get live, local, and primetime games on mobile with NFL Plus.
Unfortunately, our flight has been delayed another hour.
NFL Plus. Keep the NFL in reach.
Time now to go inside with NFL Fantasy Live and our friend Michael F. Florio with me, Tom Pelissero. We get around for Mike Garafolo. Michael, we've gotten through a lot of the drafts at this point, but I want to know right now, based on all of your drafts, you've done like 700 of them, who are the must-have fantasy stars for 2020?
You guys are probably sick of hearing me talk about some of these players, but at quarterback, it's Justin Fields for me. He is one of 3 QBs ever to run for 1,000 yards. He is the QB rush record in a single game. So the ceiling is super high year to year, week to week. He was a top 6 fantasy quarterback last year. He was serious. I think they're going to push him in New York. Yeah, I drafted Justin Fields in a ton of leagues. The best one is he was cheaper than
Assistant general manager of the Outsiders once again. We didn't draft on the air like we did last year, but he was part of the process. And we got Justin Fields. So I'm not surprised that that's the guy that he mentioned. He's highly recommended him. Let's see if he names one of the running backs we drafted together. Michael?
Oh, you know I'm going to. We were texting, I was like, trade so we know what. We said that on lots of shows this summer, and that is who I continue to hammer home with my draft. You just want certain traits in a fantasy running back. High end speed for big plays, elusiveness and a shifty runner, good pass blocker to be out there on the field, and then a good receiver to catch the ball when it goes his way. He can do all of that. I'm joking that it was like he was built in a last to be a great fantasy football asset, and he's on a team that should run the ball a bunch. One of my favorite draft targets, and his price has got up and up and up to the 3rd, 4th round now. I'm still paying it. I think the one was in the 8th round, but I'll still pay that high price because I'm that confident in Travion Henderson.
Well, now it's my turn. Before we get started, I'd like to say thank you for helping me with my own fantasy draft. We actually ended up getting a keeper league. Each have 4 keepers. I went with Ashton Genty as my number 1 overall pick over Malik Davis. I crossed my fingers. It's hard to get a keeper running back, especially a young one. So thank you for all your help. I went against you. Now I hope I don't get some bad karma because of that. But anyway, we love you. Why are we here? Yes, tell me about receivers that you absolutely got to have, not counting the one that you told me to draft and I didn't draft.
That's exactly what I'm going to talk about here. Malik Davis is Malik Davis is my pick for offensive player of the year. He averaged really fantasy points per game as a rookie for Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, and look at the quarterback who he did it with. Huge upgrade there now, but he should be able to throw the deep ball and a lot of neighbors got fields. I think he could be the wide receiver 1 this year, but he doesn't get viewed in that category. Kind of how he like this. That's how should be getting the world that MVP work that Kyle Schwarber's getting right now. That is the weak neighbors amongst these high-end wide receivers.
All right, now a tight end that you can't leave your fantasy draft without, Mike.
Tyler Warren. I keep drafting it everywhere I can. He's going as a low-end tight end 1, but I have him ranked as the 3rd tight end behind only the big 3. He is a huge target that excels after the catch. He thrives in the middle of the field, which is where Daniel Jones is at his best. I think regardless of who's playing quarterback for the Colts all season long, he is going to be their top target. He's a beast after the catch. He is exactly the type of tight end you want. And all the recent years, the top tight end has been a rookie. Tyler Warren might be able to keep that trend going.
All right, last thing before we let you go, Michael. We were just talking about players you can't leave your draft without. There's also every year some players that Everybody leaves without them. They don't get drafted. And then all of a sudden, week one comes, they're a hot waiver wire pickup, and they might end up being the difference. Is there a guy or two out there that's sitting on waiver wires in a lot of leagues that you really like, and you're like, down whoever you took in the 14th round, pick this guy up?
On the spot, I did pick up Bill, the Commanders running back in the league, but he's being drafted in a lot. You want to get your backup running backs. Anyone who's like an injury away. Braylon Allen is someone getting a lot of steam lately. Trey Benson is one I would put in that bunch. But yeah, any running back that's like an injury away from a lot of playing time, that's who I like to use my end of bench spots on.
Oreo, me and Mike listen to you. Ian does not remember that. Prioritize whose text you return. We will talk to you again soon. We got some fantasy results to talk about. Week one kickoff in just 2 days. We got a lot of good matchups, including the Giants going up against the Commanders. What do we expect from Russell Wilson in his New York debut? Baldy's back. Help us break that down next on The Insiders, presented by Progressive Insurance.
It's me. Wednesday Adams. My meal of misfortune is not Wendy's. It's pure torture with uniquely excruciating dips and dread.
Hey, my treat today. I don't think they'll take that here. Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me. You look right.
Discover is accepted in 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
Tradition can turn a leap into a legend and inspires us to make Tostitos the traditional way, starting with whole corn kernels to make our masa from scratch. No artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. Tostitos. Tradition matters. Go, Pack, go.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
My old bank kept draining my savings with fee after fee. I was over it. Chime has no overdraft fees and no monthly fees and over 50,000 fee-free ATMs. Start banking fee-free at Chime, the #1 most loved banking app.
We ran a promotion, How Do You Correct Submit Unlimited? And it was so popular, we're doing it again. It's like a sequel, it's actually as good as the original. Maybe better. Definitely not worse. Okay, it's exactly the same.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Take control at ready.gov/overdose. NFL Red Zone is where the action is inevitable. Here we go. Because it's every touchdown. From every game. Every Sunday afternoon during the regular season. And with up to 8 games at once, you'll never miss any of the unbelievable plays. Are you kidding me? Or late game mayhem.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the leadership of this captain, but getting that captain.
Missed again.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
One of these people uses the Colgate Total Active Prevention System. It's 15 times more effective at fighting the root cause of many oral health problems. As for the other guy,
Sarah? Good luck.
be dentist ready with Colgate Total. Welcome to Visible, the ultimate wireless hack. It's no harm how to get limited data on Verizon's 5G network for just $19 a month for 1 year, guaranteed. But you already knew all that, didn't you?
Welcome back to the Insiders presented by Progressive Insurance. Giants Commanders, that is one of the big division matchups in week one. I love all these division matchups right now. The Commanders swept the Giants Last season, here is Giants coach Brian Dable on that.
There's no question, it's a good football team. They're well coached. They improved their scoring offense by 9 points, a little over 9 points a game from the season prior to that season, which is the biggest increase since 2020 of offensive teams. 6 come from back wins, coming from behind. Excellent special teams unit with 3 special teams aces in Reeves, Galore, and Owens. And then a defense that is very opportunistic, that plays fast, and the way I know Coach Quinn likes to coach. So there's a reason why they were in that game. And again, our focus is on this year and doing the things we need to do to be as good as we can be.
Baldy is back. Let's talk about this matchup, Baldy. You and I have been at the Giants. They have made a big investment on that defensive line. They've got a lot of star power on that defensive line. We watched Blue Carter blow up a whole lot of practices this summer. How does that defensive line take on Jaden Daniels?
Well, I'm interested. I'm going to be doing that game for national radio on Sunday, Jim. So I'll be in Washington. They've got all the pieces to play great defense. But Jaden Daniels presents a lot of issues. But he was sacked a lot last year. He did run 183 times before he starts. But he was sacked 50 times a year ago as well. And so he is going to hold it. He is going to challenge the defense if he doesn't like what he sees. And he will pull it down. And so I'm anxious to see the deployment of Blue Carter with Spider-Man and Brian Burns, along with Thibodeau, along with Dexter Lawrence. And offense that Brian Dable just explained, they play high tempo. And so can you get the volume of defense from those stars to stay on the field and get them off the field? It's going to be a real challenge, but I feel like this is why they drafted Blue Carter. The offseason that Brian Burns has had has been outstanding. He's been the best player. He's looking for a great year. Dexter is healthy off that injury a year ago. They have the pieces up front. I'm anxious to see how they spy Jaden on third downs, how they rush him, where they think they can win, because the Commanders have improved their offensive line, especially at the left tackle position. So it looks like, and last year, Judy, in these 2 games, they were very close games, both games. 3-point games the first time, 5-point game the second time. They were close games a year ago. And so have the second year of Shane Bowen and the health and the addition of Blue Carter and Javon Hall and and guys in the secondary, Paulson and Debo, have they upgraded this defense enough to match that offense that Brian Dable just explained was one of the better scoring offenses a year ago?
That is actually a question about the Commanders, too. We know what that offense can do, but if there was a weak part of their game last year, it was the defense, particularly their run defense. Have they done enough to upgrade their defense?
I think they've improved a lot. I was out there this summer, Judy. I'm sure you were out there as well. Joe Witt Jr., the defense coordinator, Dan Quinn. They feel like they've gotten better from top to bottom. I mean, Marshawn Lattimore is healthy. They've been raving about Trey Amos, the rookie corner, playing the left corner. Mike Samrisco was awesome last year in the slot. They added some defensive pieces. Obviously, Von Miller comes on board, who finished very strong in Buffalo a year ago. They added Javon Kinlaw. A year ago at this time, Johnny Newton was a second-round draft pick. He wasn't playing yet, coming off the foot fracture. He's healthy and has had the whole offseason. I feel like top to bottom, Judy, this defense has improved throughout. And I feel like the Commanders feel the same thing, that they're ready to really keep the score down against some of the better offenses in the NFL right now.
I frankly cannot wait to watch this game. I am going to be at the Jets-Steelers game, but I bet I will have this one on my phone right next to me too. Baldy, thank you very much. Ian?
Speaking of waiting, we're going to have to wait all freaking day, and then another day for this one. It was Sunday night. It's not Sunday night. Vikings-Bears is Monday night. Why do they make us wait so long? I don't want to wait long to see the debut of J.J. McCarthy and see Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson offense and see what pressure Brian Flores is going to throw at this Bears offense, which coincidentally is Ben Johnson, the Bears head coach.
There's not a team that pressures more than Minnesota has over the last 2 years. And, I go back to what I admired most about New England when I was a young coach in this business, and they had the ability to morph week in and week out. And he does that. He does that as a coordinator. You don't really know what you're going to get. You have to adjust in the middle of the game. Our guys have to be open-minded and be willing to understand we're going to get hit in the teeth a couple times. That's the nature of doing business with this crew. They've got some really good players. They're really well coached. They're really ball conscious. They're going after the ball all the time. I think they were number 1 in turnovers last year, and that's a credit to how they practice because it shows up on games.
Yeah, it's quite a challenge for a first-time head coach, Ben Johnson, and his second-year quarterback for the first time. Those two working together. Let's flip it to the other side as we welcome in Jeffrey Chidi and Steve Weish, our two good friends. Chidi, I want to start with you. We talked about Caleb Williams and the Bears side. Go around the other side. We talked about J.J. McCarthy, the Vikings' first-time starter, what he has to do to live up to the considerable hype.
Well, just play within himself, Ian, and that's something that I think he did a great job of. That's something I liked about him coming out of college. This is a guy who really impressed his staff last year before he got hurt, that season-ending knee injury. And he knows that there's a lot of weight on his shoulders. In fact, a couple weeks ago, he talked about just how hard it was to sit and watch and not be able to be a part of what they did last year in that magical season. But he also understands it's a great opportunity for him to come in. He wants to use his legs in this game against the Bears. He understands he's got a great supporting pass to work with. They had some injuries at receiver, had to go out and get Adam Thielen and won't have Jordan Addison for that suspension. But this is a quarterback who's ready to go. I think he's going to have a huge game against the Bears.
They're also going to be facing a really, really good defensive coordinator in Dennis Allen, one of the best over the last decade or more when he has been the DC. Steve Weish, how big of an addition was DA for the Chicago Bears?
It's huge, Ian. I think this is one of the most under-talked about stories in the NFL this year. We know Ben Johnson because he was such a great offensive coach in Detroit is a big story. But Dennis Allen, as you mentioned, for a decade or so with the Saints, always had New Orleans' defense in the top 10, usually in the top 7, in almost every major defensive category. Now he's taking over a defense that was the 8th best scoring defense last season, and he adds Montez Sweat. And on the other edge, you got Daniel Adeyingbo. So, and you know in his defense, those edge players on the run and the passing game are hugely important. They're going to be rotating the defensive tackles in and out, and to the point where they're going to have good, he should be good against the run, put a lot of pressure on J.J. McCarthy, and let someone like quarterback Jalen Johnson do his thing. Again, you talk about Dennis Allen's history, what he was able to do in New Orleans for years with that defense, with a variety of players. They were stout at all 3 levels, and the pieces are already in place in Chicago for that to take footing right away.
And Steve, you talk about that defense, and we saw Ben Johnson allude to that in that press conference soundbite, is how important it is for Caleb Williams, who's got just as much pressure, if not more than David McCarthy in this game, to deal with Brian Flores in that defense. And I know that he's had some questions about how much he played within the on schedule within the complement of that offense. But Ben Johnson believes in this guy. Caleb Williams has impressed his teammates some of the things he's done throughout this offseason training camp. In fact, something Drew Donald was talking about, the confidence he sees when he's calling plays in the huddle, the way he carries himself when he's running his offense. Donald's going to help him out a lot as far as taking pressure off his plate, as far as picking up pressures and all that stuff. But Caleb Williams, again, he's going to have to do the same thing David McCarthy's going to be doing in this game, which is play within himself.
Well, play with himself, but there's pieces there, too. He's got, you talk about the Vikings are kind of limited in some of their receiving options because of the suspension of Jordan Addison and some injuries. Well, the Bears, they've added some, including tight end Colston Loveland. I would not be surprised if this was a game where we're seeing the tight ends featured on both sides in the receiving game because of the variance of defensive fronts that each coordinator is going to throw at both of these young quarterbacks. So the safety valve for both teams is going to be huge. But again, Cole Kmet and Loveland there for the Bears, I think Caleb's got some options, at least underneath, to get rid of the ball and pick up some of those yards because the Bears also are going to try to run it with some of the talent they have in the back.
Steve, Jeffrey, great stuff as always. Let's get the games.
Let's get it.
I'm not talking, we got a couple of days, but let's get the games here. The 2025 NFL season is almost here, and single game tickets are on sale now. 17 games for for all 32 teams. Visit NFL.com/tickets to purchase tickets today. Verified tickets are available through the NFL Ticket Network, including Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and Sports Illustrated tickets.
If you misplaced your card, slide to the right and your card's locked. Unlocked. While the Chase mobile app is card locked, and it has encryption technology to help you keep your data safe. That's peace of mind from Chase.
It's the final days of Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year. All beds now on sale. So you can take home our coolest deal. Up to 50% off our limited edition smart bed. Only at Sleep Number.
My dad showcased a sense of love that I never had before. It felt like it was something that I've always wanted. I mean, he's not only my parent, like he's definitely my best friend.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
New customers spend $5 and get $300 in unexpected rewards. Fed people, play more game.
Clorox is donating 2 million wipes to classrooms across America. Because at school and at home, clean feels good.
Selling a car is a big deal. You've had some big moments. Okay, and some wrong turns. But when you're ready to sell, Car Gurus is a big help. Get multiple offers instantly, so you choose the best deal. Car Gurus, the #1 most visited car shopping site.
I would just want you to listen to me more often and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at standouttogether.org.
If you keep making that face, it's gonna stay like that.
Funny. I'm trying to get my own car insurance.
Well, that's easy. USAA.
I thought that was for the military.
And their families. Grandpa served and he joined USAA. He shared membership with your mom, so she'll give it to you.
Really?
And they'll take good care of you.
USAA. Members who switch save an average of $840 annually on auto insurance.
Aren't you going to again?
No, I've got NFL Plus. So.
Get live local and primetime games on mobile with NFL Plus. Keep the NFL within reach.
I think that we're one of the best football teams ever played. We're the greatest team sport there is. What we love with America's game, so we live forever.
The NFL season is just 2 days away, which means it's time for power rankings. According to the Eagles, Chiefs, the Lions, you can see the full rankings right there at NFL.com. At the bottom of the rankings, whoever set up the Sweet 16 party for Bill Belichick's post-game press conference after a 48-14 drubbing at the hands of TCU, I won't speculate who might have come up with that idea. Really, it could have been anyone. There's a lot to talk about for Belichick's first foray in one game in college football. What I want to know more than anything is what went through his head when he walks in after that loss and just goes, look at these bleeping balloons.
I think what went through his head probably was, look at these bleeping balloons. This is college football, though. This is something Belichick has never cared about, the dressing up and what things look like and the perception. He really hasn't. He has dressed however he felt like it at all times. This is college football. This is recruiting. This is part of it. He better understand it, and my guess is he probably does.
It looks like NFL football is here. The NFL game day.
We've lost a ton of money off of
crept up.
Well, all right, Harry, thank you very much. And thanks so much, as always, to all of you for being with us on this Tuesday. AC 360 with Anderson begins right now.
Tonight on 360, breaking news in the Epstein case. Under bipartisan pressure, the House Oversight Committee publishes thousands of files related to the case, but how new are they? And how full is the disclosure we're getting? Also tonight, as a federal judge says the president cannot send troops into one big city, the president says he is sending them into another. Later, striking video as the U.S. military makes a deadly hit on what President Trump says was a drug boat in the Caribbean. And 80 years ago today, Japan officially surrendered, ending World War II. Tonight, meet one of the last Americans alive to know the terror of naval combat in the Pacific, including the sight of a Japanese kamikaze coming straight at his ship. Good evening, thanks for joining us. First, the breaking news. The House Oversight Committee tonight making more than 33,000 pages of the Jeffrey Epstein case records public. CNN has them. We've been going through them as we speak. So far, we've determined that they contain flight logs and court filings and surveillance footage. Now, there's reason to believe these are the materials the panel received from the Justice Department a little more than a week ago, which you'll remember Democratic Committee member O'Connor said was just a fraction of what the DOJ actually has.
Our lawyers were all night, and we now have the fact that only